welcome to the Amoretti Test Kitchen. This is Elizabeth and today we're going to make an easy, breezy summer staple lemon cake. And the star of the show, we have our lemon artisan. So today I'm going to go with our artisan line of product instead of compounds or extract to flavor the cake batter, just because I want all that freshness, tartness and the color and flavor of real fruit in there. So let's get cooking. I'm going to start off by mixing the dry ingredients. I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. You can also use cake flour for this. I'm going to mix in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and using a whisk or a fork, you can gently mix it so that everything comes together and there's no lumps of baking soda or baking powder in the cake batter and it bakes evenly. Now getting to the wet ingredients, I have half a cup of milk at room temperature. That's very important. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sour cream into it. I'm going to mix this also so that it's all uniform and there's no lumps of sour cream and it's one uniform liquid mixture. And now we're going to start by creaming the butter and the sugar. I'm going to go with the butter first. I have 1 stick of unsalted butter, that's half a cup. Initially cream the butter alone and make it really light and creamy. So that is the little tip in making a perfect sponge. Make it airy and light so that you know the cake is going to turn out airy and light. So the butter is all creamed and done. I'm going to drop in 1 cup of granulated white sugar. And I'm going to drop in 2 tablespoons of flavorless oil. You can do canola, sunflower or vegetable oil. Anything that doesn't have an aftertaste or flavor. And now cream it again until it's light, fluffy and pale. Time to add in the eggs. I have 2 large eggs and I'm going to crack it one at a time and give it a mix. Time to alternate the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients into the batter. So you can start with the dry and end with the dry again. That is like dry, wet, dry again. So that's what I'm going to do. And while I'm mixing, there goes in the wet. So once you add in the flour, it is very important that you don't mix it on high speed because that's going to develop gluten and make your cake stodgy. So always mix on the lowest setting. So the last batch of flour goes in and stop as soon as everything comes together in one uniform mixture. Now comes the star of the show. I have our Natural Lemon Artisan. So this is going to be that star that gives this cake all that freshness and the burst of lemon flavor. It's gonna add natural color, which will of course get baked out a little because it's natural color, and the flavor is gonna be intact, of course. Cake batter is ready and done. I'm gonna transfer it to an 8x8 square dish. So you can also put in a parchment paper layer underneath in the cake dish, but I'm not doing it this time because I'm using this one as a serving platter. So this is like all good to go. I don't need to lift it out of the cake pan, so I'm just going to spray it with baking spray and get it done with. And a final tap on the counter to release any air bubbles in there. And now this guy is ready to go in a preheated oven at 350 F or 180 C for 35 to 40 minutes or until a skewer or a toothpick inserted in the center of the cake comes out clean. Alright, the cake was in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes and it's well cooked done, it's spongy, light, and I cannot wait to take a piece of this and try it out, but it's a little warm still. So I'm going to tell you all the things that you can do to it to pep it up a little more. So I have got another cake that's done and ready to show you. So let me show you that. So this is a cake that I made last day and I got it frosted. So for the frosting of this cake, you can do a simple buttercream or whipped cream or cream cheese frosting. So I'm going to leave a link to all the kinds of frosting that you can use for this cake and recipes for the same. Also, to pep it up, you can have candied lemon slices like this one. I'm going to drop the recipe in the description box on how to candy citrus fruit. I'm going to take a slice of this cake with the frosting and see how it tastes. Oh my god, the sweetness in the frosting cuts perfectly and balances out the tang and the lemoniness in the cake. It is so amazing. If you love this video, like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, leave a comment at Amoretti on our social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and Pinterest. Have a fun summer. Thank you.